Ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, I'm going to break this down in the future. Some of these categories deserve their own videos, but I want to get this out right away. I made a list of 17 issues that I want to address with you as part of my court and law reform. I'm the only candidate that is calling for this. Now, I want to stress, I'm not stupid. I know that I'm going to have to work with the legislature, as in a lot of these things, but folks, I'm very confident that I can get the people behind me to pressure the legislature on these issues. And you know why? I tested it out at Freedom Fest last year. There's a reason why lawyers and the court system is loathed by the public. They deserve it. All right, first and foremost, we need more judges. You got to finance more judges. Why? So we can have faster justice. We have to put time limits on decisions. You've got judges, state judges from every level, from the district court, circuit court, court of appeals, and Supreme Court. They take way too long. And anybody says, oh, some of these issues are good. That's a bunch of baloney. In every single case, you have both sides submitting to the court briefs and arguments. And from that, these courts can make decisions a lot faster than they do. And we need some limits. Maybe some exceptions, but we need some limits on these courts making decisions. You have judges that sit on things for a year or more. It's unbelievable. There should not be a mandatory bar association. You know what it means when you require a lawyer to belong to the bar association? That means the lawyers control the lawyers. And if you think that's a good thing, that's not the case. The Bar Association is merely a Gestapo. Lawyers are scared to death of it. It shouldn't be that way. And who controls the Gestapo Bar Association? Large law firms. You shouldn't have to be a member of a bar association. And for those of you who think, oh, you got to regulate, you got to protect, that's a bunch of baloney. If a lawyer commits legal malpractice, he can get sued. If a lawyer is unethical, he'll pay the price for that. This mandatory bar association is a joke. It's all about control. That's all it is. By the way, if you're a small-time or medium-sized law firm, get on board of my campaign. That should be music to your ears. No mandatory bar association. Workers' comp needs overhauled. You know why? You know what workers' comp does? It drives up the cost of doing business. And you know, you workers, you know it if you've had a workers' comp claim, you don't get jack. All you do is you get some lost income and medical bills paid. And this is going to be music to some of your lawyers' ears. If there is negligence by an employer, that employer should be able to have insurance, and that employer ought to be able to sue for damages. It is wrong that a worker gets injured due to an employer's negligence, and that employee doesn't get to do anything except workers' comp. Pain and suffering. You get your back broke, but all you do is get your medical bills and some lost income and nothing for pain and suffering. That's wrong. And you know what? My reform will not increase the cost of doing business. Why? Because I think workers' compensation needs to be so removed to relieve businesses from the burden that'll offset easily the cost of them insuring against injury. I can look out for the worker and the businesses at the same time. More small claims. We need to rise the level of small claims and make the level amounts to make small claims quicker. In other words, if you got a dispute of $25,000, you ought to be able to go to small claims court, not this drawn out stuff. I think right now the minimum is $4,000, unless they've changed it. No life sentences. I don't understand life sentences. You burden the taxpayer. If somebody does something so egregious that they deserve a life sentence, they need to be put to death, or let's cap the sentencing off at like 25 years. Really? 25 years? Life sentence? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And we can craft some exceptions to that. You want to relieve prison overcrowdedness? Let's get rid of life sentences. Why should you house somebody for life? Protect children. I'm going to have the strongest laws against children. And remember, I'm somebody under certain circumstances, there should be the death penalty for child traffickers, child sexual abuse, credit reporting. I want to do everything I can from the state level to prevent credit bureaus from destroying your credit. Anybody can throw anything on somebody's credit. It's wrong. Just generally in law, they complicate everything. You know who benefits? Law firms and big law firms. That's what it's all about. I want to do something to stop this medical lien and subrogation lien bonanza. If you fall out of a tree, at your house and break your leg, guess what? There's no subrogation. But if somebody else breaks your leg and you get recovered, then you got to pay back their insurance, your health insurance. But you don't have to do it if there's no third party involved. It's wrong. Social workers' immunity. By the way, I'm talking about immunity, period. For police, have to have immunity for negligence. However, we got to fix the system. I don't know if I can because it's a lot of the federal law, is that you get to appeal both the initial qualified immunity decision, this is getting complicated, and the summary judgment. It takes you 6 years to get to a trial. That has to end. I want police immunity for negligence. But the system has to work better to where it doesn't delay things for 6 years. Now, somebody who's truly hurt? School workers, prosecutors, health insurance companies, school workers, social workers. What we do is we give immunity to all these people, so then there's no accountability. We need to change that. We need to make people responsible. Those are some of my concepts and ideas that I'm telling you right now are massive game changers for your average Joe Kentuckian. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.